take different paths in life, but no matter where we go, we take a little of each other every day. Warm morning and welcome to fourth episode of Way Up, the morning show of Army Institute of Management and Technology, which paves the way for young minds to interact with professionals in order to understand the basic tenets of business world so that they can withstand the fast moving industry lifestyle and principles and welcome the rough phases of business world with open arms and gain more experience as to how this world runs. We are gratified to welcome amongst us the proud alumnus of this institution, Mr. Yogesh Kumar of MBA Batch 07 2010-12, Marketing Manager in Wavin India. Sir has been working with Wavin diligently to have achieved the feat he is in today. Our alumnus has established himself as a successful individual in the field of marketing. Sir, it is indeed our honor to have you with us. On a lighter note to start with, I would like to ask, sir, how important is MBA to secure a job to stand out of the crowd?
It's as important as it is for a water for a human being. To survive in the market, to survive in the corporate, it is as important like that. It's a basic necessity, I would say.
I agree. Sir, I mean, how did you choose this industry? Was it your first choice or you were perplexed in the initial period?
I started my career with writing instrument industry, and after spending around 4 years in that industry, I switched to FMCG. Again, working around 1.5 years over there, I then switched to building material industry. One of my seniors and some mentors has informed me and advised me that having a multiple sectors experience is always a beneficial. Rather than having a single sector experience, you will be very much confined to a single thought of process. But when you are in multiple sectors, like FMCG, telecom, building material, luxury retail, apart from that, you will be able to understand a lot of customers' mindset, different strategies. There are a lot of convergence happens across the categories that you can understand. So it was on that track I opted for building material industry when it strikes the opportunity.
So, sir, by like exploring and going through the process, you get to know about this, right?
Yes, so it's not like I had made my mind that I'll be going to a building material industry. It's something that opportunity strikes and I clicked it, and it worked wonders for me in my career progression.
Right, sir, got it. So, you being such, like you have so much experience. So, can you guide us? What skills do we need to excel in this industry?
Not specifically into this industry, but there are some basic skills that everyone must have to survive in the, if I specifically ask from the corporate point of view, specifically in the marketing side, you should have a basic knowledge or understanding of what you have studied in your MBA period. Generally, we just take it as a part of assignments, doing it and submitting it, not understanding it in a contemporary way. But that actually is something which pays off us later on in our practical experiences or when we start our job. Whatever you study, you have to apply that. So maybe in initial few years, you might not able to connect it directly, but eventually you will got to understand that whatever you have studied in your MBA period is actually being implemented either by the company, by the different departments in the marketing side. Without that, a brand cannot be built up. So basic skills, if you ask me, that yes, you should have a thorough understanding of your conceptual knowledge. What is brand positioning, segmentation, targeting, positioning? That is something you should be well versed of. Apart from that, you should be very much knowing who are your customers, who are your target or potential customers who will be giving you the business. Your entire communication should be devised accordingly.
So, like you said, that you like we should have a practical knowledge. but in the initial period, like to gain some practical knowledge, can you suggest like what are some internship or job search strategies that you would recommend?
Yes, during your post graduation or MBA period, one must have some sort of vision what he wants to do in his life. It should not like a very random kind of a thing. It like whatever comes you will grab it. It should not be like that. You should have a plan in your mind, like in 1 year I should be at this position, in 1 year, in 5 year, 10 years. You should have a very clear thought process in your mind. A vision should be there. Maybe it should be a broader one, that's totally fine, but it should be a plan in your mind. Accordingly you can opt for different paths. You can generally start with the sales, a pitch, a kind of understanding what are the different things generally a sales drives. Apart from that, how does the sales impact the overall organization? How does it impact the other cross-functional areas? How marketing is impacting the sales? You have to then start relating it. So it's not like you have to be very much uh, on the track that this is my only company. You should be broader, should be very conceptual clarity. Okay, I am fine with marketing part. I should be going for either whatever it comes through, either it's a sales, it's a modern trade, a digital marketing, or a brand side. However the opportunity strikes, I will grab it. You can correlate it with your whatever knowledge you have gained in your college time. Thereon you can evaluate, yeah, this is something which I have read, I have basic understanding, I think I'm good in sales, in getting the customers thing to pitch in, to develop business part. Sometimes you feel like no, sales is not my part, I'm good in my communication skills and the branding and strategy part. You can opt for that part. Sometimes you feel like yes, retail, luxury, or the modern trade is something which is seen as a big elephant in the market. You can go for that side. Or you want to be a very radical kind of a thing, you can always opt for the digital marketing side, which is again a growing potential in the market.
Basically, if we'll opt for major in marketing, then we can have operations. Will that be an add-on benefit or any other minor subject?
Uh, if you are focused majorly on your major subject, whatever it is, whether it's finance, marketing, or or IB, your minor subject should complement it.
Right, sir.
It should not
So,
be a different, altogether different sectoral things that major is in one direction and minor is in another direction. Then you will get confused. Your major and minor should always complement each other.
right, I agree. Uh, Sir, like if we'll go in this profile, so what can be the biggest, like what are the biggest challenges which you might have faced in this profile or anyone would face?
So, uh, in general, if you go for an organizational structure, you will find that the major employee strength is into the sales part. Right. For example, in a company of around 100 crore turnover, there will be a major chunk of the salesperson to drive the finance or the HR part. Definitely, a different proportion is there, but the major chunk is around sales. To support that sales, there will be 2 to 3% in the marketing side, but around 30 to 40% the employee strength will be into the sales part. So yes, the opportunity is more on the sales side. You always have the options to go for, but yes, it always comes with its own challenges, its own drawbacks, its own advantages also. One should be very mindful while opting that. It should not be like after doing a 2 years of sales, then he then move to some HR or any other operations. Yes, in the marketing and sales, there is always a switch that one can expect in the career progression, like coming from marketing to the sales side or sales to the marketing side, is something which is very relatable. It's always good to have a both experience as you go progresses in your career.
Uh, okay. Sir, like if anyone is starting from scratch, like what are the career prospects in the field of marketing so that where students can start from?
Yes, FMCG or you can say go by the industry standard, which is like major job giver, if I say. Yes, there are some industries which are very new in the market. Definitely there will be less opportunity. If I say in artificial intelligence, definitely there will be less opportunity at this moment. The well established sectors like telecom or the retail or the FMCG, building material, these can be considered as major uh, options to go for initially. Yeah, one should be very much clear, like when he is going into the different industry like artificial intelligence, the job prospect definitely will be less, but it also comes with an advantage that you are attaching with the industry at its initial phase. The kind of learning you will be getting at this moment will not be something which anyone who will be joining it after 10 years. So this should be a very balancing sort of things you have to be taken care of. It cannot be a thumb rule that yeah, this is the only thing. It should be as per your expertise skills that you go for different industry.
Right, sir. I agree. We should be flexible, right? Flexible
Yes.
enough. Right. Sir, like what are the things that you personally look in an enterprise before applying for it? I mean, is it a stature, revenue generation, or branding, or anything likewise?
Yes, definitely. There are certain things which I generally look forward for, and I think everyone must look for. There are few things which I can relate. Like first one, definitely the brand name it carries, because I'll be attaching to a brand. Definitely gives my career progression a strength in my overall domain. Second part, how much marketing spend they are doing it. For example, if I'm joining a company who is having a marketing budget of 100 CR and one who is having budget of 1 CR, definitely the potential to do lot of things will be higher at one which having lot of budget, that is 100 CR. So how much they are spending in their marketing budget can be one of the criteria. Secondly, what are their expansion plans? If it can be there, you should be aware about that. Yeah, this company is having expansion plan of around 5 new manufacturing setups in by 2025. Then definitely that company is into an expansion mode. They'll be requiring more strength, more more launches, product launches, and etc. They'll be covering to new market. So it's always good to go for those sort of companies. What should be avoided is something which is into the sunset stage companies. Like if I go for a disc manufacturing CD, generally, you should not go for that sort of brands or anything like a code a camera kind of a thing. Like generally, if you go for these days mobile phone having a lot of new features of the cameras, so it should be either at a very stagnant stage or it will be a declining stage eventually. So you should avoid that sort of industry which you think that it might vanish or it will be overlooked by other industries or other categories.
That will not be there in long run, right? Sir, like what approach? I mean, in general, what approach a company exercise for channelizing and distributing a product in the market?
Uh, a very basic part is first part is the placement part. You should have thorough understanding of the channel that you will be utilizing. If you are very much clear that yes, I'll be driving my major business through the retail channels, you should have approach of appointment of very big distributors in the key market areas, whichever you are appointing. For example, in Rajasthan, you should have big distributors in all major cities. These distributors should have their own network retailers, so that the placement part is easy. So that is very basic thing which one should be mindful of while launching part. any product. Second part is giving some sort of incentives and the schemes to the channel partners. That is one of the pull that can be seen, that if they understand that they are earning good, they'll definitely that will definitely create a lot of interest among the channel partners to go for their products.
Sir, when like a company when it advance in cooperation, so it manages with, how does it manages with both operation and marketing? I mean, operation as well as marketing both.
So operation is very a broader thing, I would say, which includes multi-sectoral or multi-departmental approach. Like an operation guy cannot be purely a marketing guy. He should be well versed with the finance part too, well versed with the logistic part too. That is something a challenge generally into the operations, but definitely a convergence is there. It's always good as you progresses in your career, you should go for further refinement of your profile. And like for example, if you are moving into the marketing side, definitely you should have some sort of your strengths into the marketing part. So though it is a very broad subject or domain in marketing, there are other things like the the digital marketing, branding side, retail activations. You should be having one strength into it.
Yes, sir. Sir, like I just want to know the term. Like I have searched about it, but still didn't get a good detailed knowledge about it. What is market collateral? I mean, how does it particularly facilitate the sales, or how it make it easier and more effective?
Yes, so marketing collateral is an interesting tool, especially in the retail trade segment. And whatever you see at a retail counter, and it forces you to buy that product, is something which marketing collateral does to you psychologically. It makes your impulse buying, right? Whatever you are not thought of that you will be buying anything. You go at a stationery store, you thought that you will be just buying a pen, but then there on you see some sort of a very good design of poster and dangler that is showing that a very good pencil image and attractive part. You will see that, yeah, this is cute, this may be something which I'll like to draw something with it. Though you went to the stationery shop just for the pen, but you ultimately end up buying a pencil too after seeing that posters or danglers or some sort of visual references. That is something a marketing collateral do. It influences your buying decision at the retail counter level. It's a very important tool, specifically in the retail or the FMCG sector, where the if I just give you an example, the kids products category at the retailers, which is generally the Kinders or something chocolates, they always have special attractive kind of packaging. That's something which always kids strive for. Yeah, they want that only. Right. So that is something a part of marketing collateral. Sometimes some categories also uh, collate it with their packaging part too. Specifically, like if I just give you an example of one pen brand, Parker, you don't go into the shop and test it, the product. They are selling it in a packed way. You can't able to, open it, test it, and then it. So they have to sell it just by the packaging part. So definitely for them, that packaging is again a part of collateral. So it is a part of broader strategy that influences the buying decision of a customer.
So this way, eventually, company can increase their business, right? Sir, having broadened through your profile, and like we have seen that during the pandemic, branding of companies done by promoting or by insisting people to stay home, to to stay safe campaigns. So, sir, relating to this, how does company brand itself amongst the in-house or local competitors so that it stands out differently from its in-house competitors altogether?
Yes, pandemic has made companies to rethink their branding strategies, their expansion plans. Definitely, the that has something a kind of a pause happened during the last 1 or 2 years, some categories, but this has also opened some sort of new avenues for these uh, companies to reach out to their customers. Now the companies understand that the people are not that much going into the market, might be reducing their some sort of spendings, which was earlier some sort of they were expending a lot amount of money on food, eating out extra, or purchasing anything. But now since the that constraint is there, companies are now rethinking their strategies. They are looking for new mediums. Yes, except the Indian market, the print medium is something which is on to decline in across the globe. But in India, the print is growing at a very phenomenal growth because still a huge population relies on the print medium. So that is something that companies which were earlier rethinking, earlier going out with the retail activations, on ground activations, is now going with different mediums. Digital is something which pandemic has grown during the pandemic time. It has grown multiple times. Fintech sector, the edtech sector, the educational part. If you see the lot of uh, new startups, which has become a very good sizable of companies in the past 2 years. Definitely, these things, the pandemic has definitely made some sectors or some mediums vanished, but definitely it has also opened new avenues for the certain companies.
So I believe those who have accommodated in this pandemic time, that will create benefits and add on things to them once things will be better.
Yes, so we have to adapt it because this is new normal. We cannot see that pandemic will be going in another few months. It will last long, maybe 4 or 5 years. This cycle will remain continue. Companies has to survive. So definitely they will change their strategies. They will go for some more innovation. Definitely it's a need of the hour, and they will do it.
Right, sir. Sir, we are having this conversation even virtually. So yeah, I
So you
agree.
can see.
So, sir, it was insightful talking to you. I mean, and I, one, for really enjoyed the conversation. So, I'm sure it would help the upcoming batches of AIMT, particularly students who will be opting for marketing or operations. So, I really appreciate your patience with me and the fact that you answered all the questions thoroughly and thoughtfully. So, looking forward to meet you in person and for more such interactions with you.
My
Thank you
best
so much.
wishes to you and your entire batch in the MT fraternity for their bright future.